Lunch Money Lambert, Jeff Malott. Welcome to the KBN Nation. Yeah. Welcome to the KBN Nation. KBN Nation. Hey. Welcome to the KBN Nation. Welcome to the KBN Nation. Welcome to the KBN Nation, where we talk about fishing and competition. It's your boy Ox Pippin, aka Ox Fishing. Don't come over here tripping. Hey, hope you enjoy the show. Jeff Malott, Lunch Money Lambert, Lego. Hey, welcome to the KBN Nation. KBN Nation. Yeah, welcome to the KBN Nation. KBN Nation. Hey, welcome to the KBN Nation. Welcome to the KBN Nation. Welcome to the KBN Nation.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to KBN Live, the end of the year. KBN Live extravaganza, spectacular follow-up to the Christmas show we had last week, which is kind of fun. We're going to do the annual KBN Awards, second annual that we did last year. We're going to follow up to that. And, of course, we'll have the Power Rankings tonight and talk a little smack about that. And we got David Cruz.
Yo.
This tonight. Hey. What's up, David? We got a few more moderators that are supposed to be in here with us. We're going to call them out and ask where they're at. Tell them to get up in here. What do you think?
Yeah,
Ryan?
if anyone has seen Jordan Marshall, Shane Williams, or Chase Tanner, go ahead and send them to the front of the class.
Give them a call.
Some word to speak.
Yeah, and I just want to say, David, you're the only one here right now. Hey, thank you for being a moderator on this wild list of the page we have. Kayak Bass Nation, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Love it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I know early on it was just Ryan and I think Shane was a moderator, and it got out of hand quick. So without all the mods in there watching stuff, I don't know if we could handle it. You know what I mean?
So the question is, was it adding more moderators that helped, or do you think that herd immunity finally took effect and people finally toned down a tad?
A little bit. I think we always said our page was self-policing. It kind of policed itself where people left.
And a lot of times it does. Like, you get on some dumb stuff, you get
surprising how many
you get
people
policed out.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to John Allen. Thank you for being here supporting us tonight, John. I can't wait to see you and Clifton and Maker's Mark in the comments.
Yeah, we got both the Allens in the comments. We probably could have got the Allens in here as guest mods, but we wanted to have the mods in.
I don't think if you've actually been banned from the page that you can be a moderator, can you?
They could speak from the other side.
I think Zuckerberg has rules against that or something. That's violation of Facebook policy.
Maybe we should bring one of the Allen boys on tonight.
We could.
I don't know if Allens or either of y'all available tonight, since we can't get any.
They may want to have a little live reaction.
Perception anglers. Are there any guys fishing out of a perception on our list, Jeff?
Ooh,
no.
Is that what he's talking about?
Did you guys see any of Clifton's quick little live videos he did a little bit ago?
He's tripping.
Oh, hey, he's on one. Clifton's been in the DMs tonight. I'm excited. This is going to be.
Are you going to share those or what?
Yeah. Oh, well yeah. I don't know.
Those are kind of X-rated, I think.
Yeah. Top secret stuff. But yeah, before we get going, what about you guys want to talk about anything, your favorite thing or worst thing you saw as a moderator this year in 2020?
I would have to say John Allen about a week or two ago just takes it. He just takes the crown on everything he posts. The dude's no filter all day, every day.
Yeah,
he's a line stepper for sure. We got some serial spammers that we had to put on, like,
post approval.
Post approval, where they just keep posting goofy stuff all the time. But for the most part, it's stayed pretty pretty slim. Oh, Conrad, he flooded us out with some sewage early on, but he calmed back down.
I have to give it to that dude. He takes so much smoke at Kayak Nation. He still has a good attitude and keeps on going.
Dude,
day.
I mean, honestly, he played the villain perfectly. He's one of those people that goes onto a reality TV show, is a complete shithead, and people remember him forever. So
and
congrats
he's cool
to you, Conrad, for playing that role.
Yeah, we didn't like him at first, but he's quickly become a favorite.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cornbread spaghetti is
cornbread spaghetti. I don't want to jump too far off reservation here, but I mean, there may be a line of cornbread spaghetti gear coming out. I don't know.
Well, if one of the moderators would have been here, who knows what we could have seen?
Yeah,
we could have seen a preview.
They're not even texting on the group chat.
Man, but he better be waxing his chest
Chase
or
he's
something
coming.
right now.
Chase said he's coming on.
Chase is coming on?
Yeah, he says 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Oh, okay. So
that was 4 minutes ago. So we'll see.
Make it a peak yet. Make it a peak yet. Who knows? But yeah, do you guys want to? Ryan, you got a favorite moment of the year? Funniest moment, worst moment from the page?
Every moment was probably the worst moment. I don't. I don't know. I think I like the support for like Jackson's charity, like stuff like that. I mean, I think that's cool to see everybody kind of pull together and do some good things. And we've had some fallen anglers and stuff, and that kind of support there is what I like to see. I mean, I like to have fun and cut up, obviously, but when you see people kind of get serious and that, a lot of us have each other's backs, no matter what. So I like that.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I would have to agree with Ryan over there. It's all fun and games, but when it's time to get serious, everybody rallies up and takes care of business.
That's right. I think Ryan might have said it in one of our threads before, and I'm the same way. It's like, if I can't talk mess with somebody and get riled up and still be friends with them, then I don't know if I can be around them. So
yeah, we're not friends if we can't talk trash.
I mean, if you guys saw the stuff that Ryan and the boys called me in the DMs, you'd think we weren't friends. No, I'm just kidding.
We're proud of you though, Jeff.
No, but but when it comes down to it, like you said, we're all a community. We all take care of each other and step up when we need to. So yeah, KBN, don't get it twisted. We're all still a big happy family in here. Big dysfunctional family. Is that the word for it?
Definitely dysfunctional.
Yeah. But what do you think? You guys want to jump into these awards?
Yeah. What do you got in the menu for tonight?
Yeah, we got the KBN Awards from the survey that we put out about 2 weeks ago, and then we'll get into the power rankings after that. So I don't know who got to get in there, and oh, wait a minute, I got one of the. This person isn't an official moderator, but they're definitely part of the KBN live broadcast. So I sent her an invite earlier to be on. And
you're lying.
Nuh-uh. Who is it? I don't know who it is.
You don't know who it is? The IT public relations specialist for Kayak Bass Nation?
Yes.
Send it.
Boom. Katie.
Oh, there she is.
Katie is in the house. What's up, Katie?
Who's going to run the links in the comments now?
She still got it. I know she does.
She's multitasking.
She always got it. All right. So we're going to wait on a few more of the mods to get in, but we can get started with the awards. You got that list I sent you, Ryan?
I do, sir. I do.
All right. So I'm going to get it started. And if you guys didn't get to look at the categories when I put them out there a few weeks ago, I'll read off the category before we go and then tell you who the winner is. So first up, hey, I got a little something to play before we start.
I haven't seen the list either, so this is going to be as surprising to me than everybody else watching. So let's get it.
This is cheesy on purpose, so let me click this real quick. Yes.
That's cute.
Wow.
Yes. All right. So the first award in the kayak fishing version of the Dundies for the Office fans out there was the meme of the year, and there were bunches of them. I mean, KBN's known for the memes.
Gosh, that's hard to keep up with, though.
Yeah, and it was all right in. So I didn't have a list of stuff for people to pick from. They just had to remember one and write it in. So meme of the year. Any guesses on the winners before I announce it?
Oh no, that's too hard.
I'll tell you this.
There's so many.
I don't get to guess, I think.
It actually wasn't a single meme. It was a day of memes.
Oh, shoot.
It was the Apex Kayak memes as a group.
Probably the roastiest day of memes that Kayak Bass Nation has seen.
It was like a whole week of memes nonstop.
Yeah, Katie, you had a few good ones in there. I think you made the Jetsons one, didn't you?
Yeah, I totally did.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah. Chase's, I think Chase made the Razor one, and that was spot on.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was really good.
One. I mean, it was nonstop all day. I can't even remember them all, but
There was some
was,
other like ergonomic body massager meme.
Yeah.
That was,
so,
that was a good one.
All publicity is good publicity. So there you go. And the runner up to that was actually Ryan. The one, I think Chase made one about Ryan and the TOC starter kit, and that was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Well.
You put him up on the screen? You got him up on the screen or no?
No, I don't have him up on the screen.
No.
Man, Cruz, don't come on here calling us out like we don't have our shit together. Come on.
I do have.
I just want to see it, and that's it. Just a little remembrance.
Gotcha.
Told you we should have invited him.
I know it.
All right. So the best discussion / thread of the year. What was the hottest, the hottest thread of the year? And the unanimous winner, I mean, bent over a barrel, was Flexgate for sure. There's no arguing that. The Flexgate thread went on and on and on and on and on, and spawned probably 40 other posts that we had to delete that were literally the exact same thing. So
every time Catch comes out with a new board, this shit just comes back on.
I'm glad that they have like 7 different options though of the aluminum board now, because now you can like pick your weight. It's kind of like, you've got your terminal tackle box. You can select how many ounces of board you want to take for that tournament. So that's good.
That's right. That was one. Like I said, it just won't go away, and it comes up. Like you said, every time a catch board comes out, and there wasn't even a close second place on that survey. So there you go, Flexgate. It was an impactful thread, to say the least.
It did. It changed a lot of things, I think. So.
Oh, it did. It changed rules in every series across the board. So you couldn't have more of an impact on the sport.
Pun intended, across the board.
Thank you, Cruz.
I'm drinking.
This next one was hotly contested and maybe somewhat controversial. Because there's a lot of people that have their favorites, but it's the KBN member / character of the year. And we've got lots of them. So this was tight. Just a few votes separated the top 3, actually.
It was separated by a hard part between the winner and number 2.
It was separated by a piece of pasta, if that's any kind of foreshadowing.
Goodness.
All right. So the winner of the KBN member / character of the year is Cornbread Spaghetti, otherwise known as Conrad Spaghetti. But actually, Cornbread Spaghetti was written in more than his actual name. So with Jim Sancho Clark and Clifton Allen, I mean a razor thin close second.
Those two are like one and the same. I feel like Jim Clark is the third Allen brother.
There you go.
I think Jim kind of took a leave of absence for the last 6 months or so.
He didn't take a leave of absence. Facebook forced him to take a leave of absence.
Sentence.
Leave of absence is voluntary. He was not welcome on the internet for a while.
He broke the internet.
He did. He's special. He's a special guy.
But I got to give it to Benetti, man. He broke the internet in a big way, though.
Oh, for sure,
you, man. Yeah. I can't deny it.
For a while, every time he posted, I just closed the app and just turn around.
Right? You were like, ridiculous. No, I can't even.
But it was because it was the same thing as copy and paste paragraph over and over again.
It's almost as annoying as Clifton Allen's People's Champ videos. Like, just stop.
We love you, Clifton. Keep those videos up, man.
I can't, Jeff. I'm not gonna say that we need to send Clifton the link when we drop the ratings, but we might need to.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert, Ryan. I sent him the link already, and he said, "This is a quote that he will click in when the timing is right if he needs to."
Yeah, People's Champ has spoken.
Yes. I hope he's still awake by then.
He's in the comments. So if he feels it necessary to weigh in, he'll come in with a People's Champ take. So we're there. We're here for you, Clifton.
All right. Our next category was the most exciting tournament to follow. And for me personally, because I wasn't involved in this one, was the national championship. Watching Jackson, like, I don't know that there's a time that I've cheerleaded so hard. Like, I wanted that kid to I wanted him to win it. But the winner was the TOC, which I obviously missed out on a good bit of until like noon because I couldn't Facebook the whole time until lunchtime. But it was a fun one. I had a great time with it. I know day 2 was kind of, a rocky road. People thinking maybe I didn't have a bite or I forgot how to fish or something on the second day. I don't know, but it was pretty interesting for sure. Oh,
that both of those. Yeah. If you would have just asked me, I'd have said 1-2 for both of those myself, just if I was the one voting. But as a fellow mod and KBN OG, man, we had to pull for you in that TOC. And then also Jordan was up there flying that mods can fish flag for us.
Man, I was sweating on old Marshall. Like I had 4 fish on the board sitting in first, and I was like, I could probably ride this out on 4. But then I looked back and saw Marshall creeping up, and I was like, nah, you're dumb. You'll be about 6 if you try that.
Cruz, what was your favorite one to follow this year?
I would have to say Jackson too. I mean, who doesn't love that kid? Yeah. Do we have a Sportsman of the Year award? If we don't,
we do. Coming up.
Well, 2 categories away, sir.
Then I'm not going to ruin it. But if I had a say in it, it would be Jackson. That kid is such a good ambassador for the whole fishing community overall, and not just kayak fishing. But now he's going to college. So it's no doubt he's gonna kill it there too. And
he's going to college, winning these tournaments.
You know where he's going to college at, don't you, Cruz?
I saw the little.
He's going to college down here with me and Jordan Marshall. We're gonna have that kid.
Well, you ain't going to college, no.
Woo, son, educated. He's gonna have a master's degree after his freshman year.
Oh gosh, Jim, be careful.
I offered to pick him up from every single college party that he goes to.
There you go.
That's personal Uber. Being a big brother.
No, but he's one that everybody loves and will forever cheer on everything he does.
Katie, awesome, did you have one that you more excited to follow than another?
Jackson's was pretty cool to follow. There's that whole, if I'm going to say it honestly, there's that whole like living vicariously through his journey. I think we can all appreciate that. It's cool to see somebody who's already there at that young of an age.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me tell you about Jackson real quick before we move on. I'm sorry, guys. I've been drinking. I talk a lot. He was 15. He was 15 fishing my Pond Warrior online events. He would go on a bicycle with 2 rods and a backpack and go pond hop for like an entire 10-hour day and just destroy everybody on a bicycle, 2 rods, 15 years old. He's now what, 18?
He just turned 18.
He's taking everybody's money every day. So he's pretty cool.
Jackson's a man for sure. All right.
He's a monster. And I've told all the pros, I've hyped him up. All my buddies, I'm like, you guys better watch out for him. 4 or 5 years, you're gonna see him. You're gonna see him on the tour taking your money too. So don't make a liar out of me, Jax, please.
Oh, hang on, Ryan. Hang on. We got some stuff percolating down here on the moderator entries. We got one more coming in.
Percolated.
Chase Tanner is in the house. Chase, what's up,
buddy? Chase, what's that shirt say, son?
The T-shirt. I'm trying to see.
We got to put him on the 1-up. Hang on.
Cornbread.
Everybody get a pic of that.
Ow! It's official, son.
Cornbread spaghetti.
What's up?
When are those available for purchase on the Redfin website, Jason?
They're going to be flying off the shelves.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I need the bump in income right now.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
All right, the shirt made me lose my place. Where are we at? Number 5, Ryan?
Yeah, sure.
All right, number 5. All right, number 5, the funniest post / moment of the year. And this wasn't even close either. There was not really a runner-up. There's a bunch of single votes, and then this one got a lot. And this thing spawned a whole new definition in the kayak fishing glossary, I guess. And that is that whole PKA post and thread that we had.
That was hilarious.
The term PKA will be forever used. So Thank you for who was the guy that posted that? I didn't even go back and look.
Well, I don't know.
It turned into a lot of funny hashtags and pictures, and people use it out on their own personal pages now. So it's pretty funny stuff.
What was funny was that was thrown out there like derogatory almost, and then once like the facts came out and he started posting videos, you see the PKA going like in an 80-yard circle around him. He's like, he came right in and fished on top of me. I never found the offensive part to that. I kind of understood more from the PKA point of view of why would a dude in 611th place come in and try to fish your spot. That like I understood that a little bit more than
people are asking for an explanation about PKA.
I put Marcus's comment on screen. I don't think we have time to go into that. Go to the search.
To go into the details of what defines a professional kayak angler would take entirely too long and requires an entire show.
We're going to get into what a professional kayak angler is because we have a list of them that we're going to post here.
That's right.
With top 50, top 25.
Don't worry.
I would say DM Clifton. He'll break it down for you, Marcus.
Definitely.
It's a pelican, a perception angler.
Perception angler. Yeah, that's a whole other category we need to talk about. Maybe add that next year. I don't know.
That was after the French company bought them.
Chase. Oh shit. Chase throwing out disclaimers. We've been merged on, Chase. We've been merged on
Several times now. Yeah.
If anybody knows that, we're right here. All right. This one, which as we've said, there's going to be the power rankings later, but tournament angler of the year.
Ooh.
And again, this is by popular vote. This is not any kind of statistical algorithm. This is what people voted on. I'm going to start in third place. We have Mr. Drew Gregory in third place. Second place, baby boy himself, Jackson Orr. First place, Russ Snyder's. Russ freaking Snyder. Who would have guessed? Russ Snyder's wins every tournament under the sun. Of course he's first. Why not?
He's the anointed one.
I don't think anybody can dispute that first place, even by popular vote. What was the magazine that would put out the best kayak anglers and have like the YouTubers on there?
The old Choice Awards?
Yeah, Yak Angler. Was it Yak Angler?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yak Angler. Top of that now.
This is much more accurate, I'll say. I'll give it to it on that one.
Yeah. Appreciate the people voting.
Does anybody argue the first place? Anyone on the panel have a differing opinion on that?
Negative.
No, you can't argue that.
I'm looking for comments, argument. I got nothing.
Chase, do you remember what a fishing tournament is?
No, it's been a while.
I remember the early 2020 Chase said he was going to make a comeback and then fish like one.
He fished 2 tournaments with him.
I'm out.
And then COVID happened, and then I started living in my basement, basically.
He sneezed and pooted at the same time, and he said, I'm never doing another fishing tournament again.
Start making shirts and shit.
Printing shirts and toilet paper as fast as he can. You decide which is which.
Josh Evans asked who the top 3 was again. It was Drew, Gregory, Jackson, or Russ Snyder's. Pay attention, Josh. All right, let's see. Next category. Talked about this a little bit ago. Sportsman of the Year. Had a few nominations for this as well. Sportsman, basically Ambassador of the Year, would be another name for it, I guess. Somebody out there that exudes all the qualities you want in a ambassador for this sport. So third place vote getter in that was everybody's favorite tournament director, AJ McWhorter from the Hobie BOS. AJ, couldn't argue with that if he'd gotten the first place vote. Second place was Drew Gregory. He also got votes in the tournament angler of the year. So good for you, Drew. Good guy there.
How about that?
And then first place was already mentioned tonight. Talked about him a little bit ago, Jackson.
The man.
Or you can't argue with Jackson, all the stuff he's done, the charity tournament he runs, and just the kind of kid and young man that he is now. So
he's in every category, I feel like.
Yeah, he is.
Such a humble kid.
Yeah, it's like the daytime Emmys. He's winning all the categories.
I hope he still has his birthday girl stash that we got him at Dale Hollow. If he lost that, I'm gonna be upset.
Jim, you're not ready for what's going to happen when he goes to Tennessee.
Jim is ready. We gave him a preview. Someone took a door off the frame and we used as a beer pong table. I'm not going to name any tall names, but someone did that.
I mean, it happened.
Oh, it did. And now he knows that that's a possibility. So if you ever find yourself in a Swiss Army knife type situation, you can snatch that door off the frame and have a ready-made beer pong table.
Hashtag MacGyver.
Yes. Yes. This is a very good category. Product flop of the year.
Ooh.
And there was one just far and away leader of the pack. Anything Vibe came out with.
And remember, folks,
Was it free?
popular vote, right, Ryan? We didn't.
But, this was the voice of the people here. Anything Vibe was the flop of the year.
Yeah, and that was
Anyone
literally the
argue
words
that?
written.
Anyone?
Chase,
You switching to Vibe next year?
Nope.
Nope.
Big fan of my 360. I think I'm going to stick with it.
All right. Okay.
all right. I don't see many.
Katie, do you have any opinion on Vibes?
I just like putting out good vibes.
good
I'm all about
vibes?
Old Town. I got nothing to say about that.
All right.
Do you happen to catch Jim's comment? Anyone?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, Chase,
Oh,
don't
he
read
said
it. Chase, don't
Trenton.
read it.
Oh,
Chase,
shit.
don't read it.
Oh, my gosh. With the
He's
heat.
looking for it.
Oh,
He's up, yeah.
Are y'all going to
Yeah.
square up?
Marcus Villanueva and Mark Springer were trying to square up in the comments about 5 minutes ago. So it's
John
happening.
Allen was talking about beating him up.
Yeah, that was John. I'm sorry. It wasn't Marcus. My bad, Marcus. All right. We only got 2 categories left. How about that?
James said, is that product's under 10 grand? That was close. That was a close. That had to be. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know how many people voted. I think because Apex had already taken a category, Vibe was handed this gift of the game breaker, whatever what they call that. Well, the game ender. Game
Ender actually won them this award. So, they say all publicity is good publicity. So here you go. You're welcome, Vibe. Let's see. All right. Number 9 category. Favorite interview of the year here on KBN Live. That was a new category for this year. Since we've done a lot of shows this year, we thought we'd throw that out there to the people. I didn't know what we'd get back. And second place vote getter in that, and I thought it really was a good interview, was Russell Johnson from Pennsylvania. I thought, Russell, I figured he'd be a good interview, but he was a lot of fun and kind of insightful on some of the board stuff and some other things. So that was a good one. And then the winner was the TOC special after Ryan won the TOC and we had Ryan and Jordan on. We had some technical issues, but that didn't matter. We still made it happen. Shane was on here like old times. He was helping host that one. So that one
He's here to he's busy. He'll get in here in a minute.
I just knew he was going to be here tonight. It's heartbreaking.
Dude, I can't believe it. As much as he talks about getting back on KBN, come on. And then we look around and we got cornbread spaghetti on here instead.
Yeah. And I think Jordan Marshall has the new strain of COVID, so he's not on.
Yeah, Marshall said he's coughing a lot. But I love having the mullet kid on. Jordan he's never short on opinions. You don't ever have to twist his arm to find out what he's thinking. But, to go with his trash talk, he usually backs it up. Marshall's cash checks a long ways away from home in this little deal that we're running here. So hats off to Marshall for backing up the trash talk.
Yes, sir. All right. I think we're down to our last one, right?
And I will say, going back to Russell Johnson, I was thinking back, about this whole – the way the COVID season went down and kind of the highlights of tournaments this year. And I like the social aspect more. Now, I don't want to say more so than the competitive tournament part, but I feel like that needs to be as big of a focus as far as people enjoying the event as getting together and spending time with each other. Seminole was great. We had a good time there. That was pre-COVID. But on the Susky, Russell came out, he cooked for everybody. We hung out this pavilion through cornhole, had a great time. And I mean, he offered that up and kind of put the whole thing together for us. And he's a stand-up guy. If you've never met Russell, you're really missing out. So, thank you, Russell, for probably one of the best COVID tourneys of the year for sure.
Josh Evans said, them sandwiches.
Dude, I can't remember. What was the sandwich that it was a barbecue Cuban, I think. Barbecue. It was, I've never heard of it, never thought of it. It was delicious. If you ever get a chance to run around Pennsylvania, run up there and get a sandwich from Russell, please.
Good stuff.
All right. Best kayak tournament river system. Lake or river system. Number 2, Big Bass Factory in Texas with the Perception Anglers, Lake Fork. Number 1, home of the real hammers, the Tennessee River System. Come get it.
Snap.
Come get it. Let's go. Let's go.
I was hoping people would be more specific with their replies and like say Gunnersville or whatever.
Well, but see, phrasing it as river system,
yes,
that's where you messed up. It is hard, honestly. I mean, I granted I'm biased, but
I need a refill.
You can't compete with with the river system of the Tennessee River. I mean, Watts Bar, Chickamauga, Gunnersville, Pickwick used to be Kentucky Lake. We're gonna cut that one off the Tennessee River system, but I mean, it's got some really, really good big bass lakes.
Yeah, there were several of the individual lakes called out, but Tennessee River was thrown in there a bunch. So Tennessee River got it. And, Fork, I always like Lake Fork. I know the Texas guys will tell you there's a bunch of lakes better for tournaments in Texas than Lake Fork, but for people coming from out of state, it seems like that's the one they want to go to.
What's your favorite river system, Katie?
Oh, river system. I don't even know.
River system.
Yeah, none.
Lake
Ray
count too. They
Roberts?
just have
I
dams.
like
on them.
Ray Roberts. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Is that on a river? Is that a river system? Is that on the Trinity? What is that?
I believe that's actually part of the Trinity, technically.
All right. Cruz, do they have rivers in Kansas?
Oh man, they don't even have lakes out here.
Yeah.
No,
That's why he
have
runs
lakes.
Pond Warrior, son. All they got is ponds. Shit. He's on KBBT Pro Staff.
Oh, whoa! I get an invite like every other day, and I should just like it. I should like it and support those guys. I think they're doing a really good job.
They are. I just like giving them shit because Conrad pissed me off.
The online scene, as much as we hate it, it kind of keeps a lot of the homegrown folks just still fishing. So.
The online scene's a money factory too, as far as people running businesses. Like
the guys in Slay Nation are doing great
Can't
too.
throw a rock without hitting one these days.
What's your favorite? The James River Chase?
Oh yeah. I would say. The new close second, or any tributary of the James Creek
fishing.
There's bronze fish in it. That's my bag.
Out of the 2 tournaments that you fished with us this year, which one was your favorite, Chase?
I hated Seminole.
Okay.
Norman, I had a ball.
I hated Seminole. All right.
Well, Seminole's coming up, so what's wrong with it? Let me know.
I was going to say we may or may not see Team Baca hitting the Devil's River system, so we'll see about that. No promises. But
I want to do the Devil's River. Like that's a bucket list trip for me. Just go, have some people that I either enjoy or really don't like. So John and Clifton, if you guys are free, I love to do a Devil's River float. We can take pulls of whiskey and hit each other all night.
I think you have to pack in and pack out your waste materials. So you might not want to go with Allen Brothers. I
can carry them both out.
Okay.
Ain't paying.
I was going to say, that's all you, man.
I like those guys. They're my kind of people, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Allen
I
Brothers,
enjoy it.
solid people. Anybody who thinks otherwise, you're a jagoff. I'm just saying.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
You're angry or what?
All right. Let's see. Any more comments when you throw up here? Nah, a bunch of Texans and trash talk. So we'll let that stuff go for now. What do you got? Any thoughts on the 10 survey questions we put out there? Anything you would add to that, Ryan?
No. I think I think we covered most of the bases on that. I think maybe, and we did this. Didn't we do this last year? We put up like a thread, like suggested categories or whatever.
Yeah. This year, I just kind of made it up off the top of my head, to be honest.
I noticed that. I noticed that.
And, I'll blame COVID. That's what I'll do.
COVID did it.
That's why Chase fished so poorly on Seminole. Was he knew COVID was coming, and in anticipation of that,
Yes.
He felt the pressure, biometric pressure.
he reeled in his drop shot early.
No, but it was still fun to do, and I think we got some good responses. So we'll try to do it again next year. I think what I'd like to do next year is get it out earlier, where we can narrow it down and actually have vote on the final 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Instead of just
you should almost do a vote. You should almost do a vote for categories before the vote, so we have like a multiple choice thing. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to like go back through a year of KBN. That's a lot.
I remember yesterday.
So
the ones that really stand out, you never forget. Like,
can we pull like metrics on like most engaged posts, like most comments or whatever? Maybe we should do that, and then start a thread like December 1st. And let these people run in circles and bullshit for a month, and then put up.
That would be fantastic.
And then put up a vote and see.
That could get really wild, though, and completely out of control.
That's what we're about. That's perfect. We'll do that next year.
Yes, thank you, moderator Cruz.
Make this magic happen together. All right, what do we got next? Are we on to the power rankings already?
I mean, I think so. It feels like it.
All right. Well, before we get into that, and I want everybody, on here and all the people in the comments to react to them as we announce them. So, agree, disagree, whatever. We want to hear your reactions and see your reactions. But I wanted to give a disclaimer before we get started. That this is all based on a formula that we've used the last couple of years. No opinions thrown into this. It's just national events, no regional events. The results put into the KBN top secret supercomputer. And then they spit out the top 25. So there's no, other than picking the events, which wasn't really hard to do that this year because there wasn't that many true national events. You had KBF National Championship and a few other KBF events. Then you had all the BOS events, all the Bass events, the All-American, and that was pretty much it. So it wasn't hard to track down the national events. KBF, the way they did their stuff this year was, without the Pro Tour, when it got canceled, it was basically all regional based, and the attendance was fairly small in most areas. So we weren't able to use most of those events because we went national events only. So if there's a lot of deserving anglers that won't be on this list. So before you get your feathers ruffled, this isn't based on talent. We know there's people that won't be on the top 25 that could go toe to toe with anybody. But this is just based on math and for fun. And we want to put out the top 25 and see what everybody thinks. Anything to add to that, folks?
Jeff, before we get this momentum going in this direction, we had 2 really good comments. One from Ryan Van Tyne, who I know it's strange that I say he had a good comment. Who is the least favorite moderator on KBN? I want to nominate myself.
Okay.
And then Jake Fuller, best bar on the tour / trails, which is after my own heart, I feel like. So, least favorite moderator. I've already cleared my name. So, Cruz, who's your least favorite moderator?
I would probably vote for me. Clifton Allen voted for me too. So
that's true. That is true. Katie, who's your least favorite moderator from the outside?
Oh, I don't know. I might have to go with Chase. Oh.
Sorry. Can we get an honorary moderator so I can say that I dislike her?
Unofficial moderator doesn't
what
count.
What are you? Is this a slap fight? What are y'all doing here? Come on.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's all right. Just go with it.
Okay. All right, Jeff.
Shane Williams, because I hate that guy. I can't stand him.
Well, and he won't participate. So
it's the worst.
That's another reason.
I would say if I was to do a secret straw poll of the moderators, their least favorite moderator would probably be me because I approve too many people that shouldn't be approved getting into the group.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Best bar on the tour / trails. Jake, you need to come to Seminole because Big Jim's is the spot. If I had to pick one, it's not a chain. It's not anything like, that you would go to prison for or get fired from your job if they found out you were there. So I'm helping a lot of people out with that. But Big Jim's on Seminole is a fun. it's like a pavilion, right, Chase? It's a pavilion wrapped in saran wrap. And it's just it's just a good little river bar, man.
Oysters there. Just don't.
I have to interject for just 1 second. No disrespect to Russell Johnson. He's voted himself the best camp cook. I'm sorry, man. Until you come to the Lone Star Throwdown and you meet Dan Onstadt and Chris Aguirre and all our boys on our cook team, then you can claim that title. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Russell Johnson.
What's the name of that bar at Lake Fork that Mark loves? We go there every year.
it's something Mile. What's the name of that place, Katie?
I can never remember the name of that. What's the name of that place?
I'm not putting that comment on the screen.
Please. You'll get they'll eat what? They'll eat what at the Lake Fork bar?
Cheeseburgers.
Now, did you leave a B off? Did you mean get your bass eaten at the Lake Fork bar?
Man.
I'm confused.
Turn on
Mark, chime
comment
in.
approval on it.
Chime in, Mark.
How much is that
My comment thing's not working.
I believe they're talking about the Gateway.
Gateway. That's it.
That
Gateway.
sounds like a place Mark would hang out.
Yeah. Josh Evans had quite a colorful comment as well that I can't put on the screen. So thanks for that, Josh.
On top of that, if you've never stayed at the 515 cabins up at Lake Fork, you're missing out. They revamped it. It's beautiful.
I always stay at the marina and eat the restaurant until I gain about 10 pounds. Definitely not on the one meal a day.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Unless you're counting
10 pies a day.
one pie. I was just going to say one pie a day. That's all you can do.
All right, so we're going Dan and Russ on the equal camp cook. We can go tie on that.
I want to have a cook-off between those two, and I'm willing to make this happen. Russ, if you want to go to the Lone Star Throwdown, I say we make a guest appearance at the Lone Star Throwdown.
Plenty of judges.
If you're gonna do that, you got to bring Russ Herb down from Colorado too. We're just being fair. He just moved away from Texas. He's an OG. He deserves to be in the fight.
All right, let's go.
All right, good stuff. Glad you caught those comments before I went on, Ryan. That's good stuff.
No problem, man. All right, now, keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Drum roll. All right, so we're not gonna go through the whole top 25 here. I'll drop that graphic at the end. We're gonna do the top 10 in the 2020 Power Rankings, the most accurate power rankings of anglers in ag bass fishing ever. Yeah,
Ever.
So number 10, we're gonna start with number 10. See if I can find the picture. I actually have some pictures for this cruise.
Okay.
Number 10, he's been in the rankings before. Matt Scotch.
Oh, there he is.
Matt Scotch.
Get us started with Matt Scotch. What y'all think about that?
And his comments.
I mean, Matt's in contention in a lot of national tournaments. So I don't know, and I know, sometimes Scotch makes some comments that rub people the wrong way. A lot of people, but he catches fish. Like he goes around, he catches fish. So I don't know. Like if you're talking about power rankings, I don't know how much you can argue with it.
All right.
I was going to say, when it comes down to skill, you really can't argue with him.
Clifton Allen says perception. Who also Clifton has a link to this feed. So
Todd Patrick's asking if we're doing top 10 or 25. The 25 will be dropped after this, but we're not going to go through the whole top 25 on the live.
Yep.
So all right, what's next? Number 9. Number 9 angler in power rankings is out of Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Also known as Donald Harshman in the standings.
Nice.
So the Don had some good finishes this year. Obviously Seminole, but the Don got out and hit the road and caught some fish this year.
Yeah, always up there. It's all about consistency and making those road trips.
And he's a river guy, Chase. So I feel like you two are brothers.
Eskimo brothers. Is that what they call it?
Wow.
Whoa.
Listen, I wasn't going to go that far, but Jake's wife really likes my blue shorts.
What time is it?
Me and my dog peed on the floor before this because she knew that you were going to be on here. So,
All right, good stuff.
It's getting weird.
All right, so on to number 8. Number 8 has always been ranked pretty high in the 3 years we've done this. It'd be no surprise that he made top 10 again.
Cody Milton.
Cody. And Cody's another one he's always on the road, and it seems like he's always cashing checks. And I feel like, what was it, Jeff? We ran the numbers last year, and he had like a dozen top 3 finishes. I mean, it was something just outlandish. You can't necessarily keep that up every year, but he
was the number one angler, ranked angler last year in the power rankings. And a lot of people didn't pick him when we asked who to pick because he didn't win, but he was top 3, top 4 every time. He didn't, he didn't win all the events, but he was up in the top 5 every time. So,
Can you put DJ's comment up?
I was just going to say that.
Wow.
Could be.
So when we were at the TOC, I think Siddiqui FaceTimed me. Like, we were out one night, of course, at a smoky pool hall, I do believe. And Siddiqui FaceTimed me. He showed like Mel Ash is there and Jason Broach. And then I see these legs sticking out on the couch. I said, dang, who's she? And he panned up. Cody Milton, best thighs in the game. That needs to be an award.
Don't they call him legs already or something like that?
I do, but I thought that was just like a pet name. I don't know.
Okay, I got you. All right, number 7. I think number 7 is very underappreciated, and Cruz is going to second this when he sees it. Out of the Midwest, Richie McNasty McMichael.
McNasty?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know who's all familiar with Richie, but that man mops up.
He's
not only
the quiet assassin.
That's right. Tell him about it, Cruz.
If you go to tourneyx.com right now and pull up his angler profile and look at his historical scores, the guy finished top 10 at least like 87% of the time.
He fishes live tournaments, though, because you go to Tourney X and you Google a lot of people's stats, and a good number of them are online. Yeah. And I would really wish, Dwayne, separate that, like real tournaments and then whatever else.
I second that, Dwayne. Separate that. It's a thing.
Congrats to Richie McMichael. Great guy. You deserve it. You worked hard for it. Looking forward to seeing you on the road.
I've never heard a thing. That says a lot about that angler. Good job, man.
He's
really quiet. The Hobie Opens back on Kentucky Lake. I think he used to come to those every year.
Yeah, he's really quiet. He doesn't make a whole lot of noise, but he comes in, takes your money, goes home, and does it again the next Saturday. So it's a beast.
I've got respect for that.
All right, on to number 6. Number 6, another hammer, always ranked in the rankings the 3 years we've done it. Nobody will be surprised by this. Guillermo Gonzalez.
There he is.
Next to the list.
Solid.
Another Texas hammer. Is that perception or is that reality, Clifton?
Yeah, Clifton.
Chime in.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I don't think anybody can argue with Guillermo being able to fish. And I've told this story a couple times before, but I went to their play when he and Scotch were living together. Guillermo's trophy room is like the size of my living room, and there's not 1 inch of spare wall on it. Like he's won everything in Texas. I'm convinced. Katie, you can argue that claim if you want, but I'm pretty sure he's close.
Oh, I'm not going to argue it. He's taken quite a lot of our money.
And Clifton said he's top 3. And
okay.
I wouldn't argue that a bit. If he, probably put half these people in a hat and shake them up, and you couldn't argue with who came out on number 1. So
the thing with Guillermo, nothing shakes him. He's chill about 99% of the time. That's just how it is.
And we had that sportsman award earlier. Guillermo is one of the nicest people you will meet out on the trail, and will help you and share information with you if you're not familiar with the body of water, and try to make you as successful as you can be out there, even if he doesn't really know you that well. I mean, he's an awesome guy. So
absolutely
proud to be a friend of his. All right. Let's see here. All right. Into the top 5.
Top this 5. Is it. Who are the hammers?
And if anyone did not see earlier on the KBN group page and the fan page, we put up a little contest from Outdoorsman Coffee. Whoever came closest to or picked the top 5 is going to win some Outdoorsman Coffee. As long as we go verify that you like their page and you were at least close to picking the top 5. At last check, somebody had 4 out of the 5, but nobody had all 5, and a lot of people only had 2 or 3 of the 5. So here we go. Number 5. This guy was mentioned earlier in all the survey polls and about every other category. the kid, Jackson Orr.
Yeah.
There he is.
That's gonna be a really tough top 5. Is Jackson is number 5.
Yeah, right. That ought to tell you something right there, because Jackson didn't have like that signature knockout win this year.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at the standings, he was in the top 3 to 5 in almost every tournament that he fished. I mean, that's pretty consistent.
It's kind of like Cody did last year.
Mhm.
Jackson did a similar deal, you know.
Mm-hmm. Chase, do you know who Jackson Orr is?
I haven't met him, but I know who he is.
Okay. All right. You need to put him on a T-shirt.
So we're getting into the top 4. Anybody got any problems with anybody that's made the top 10 so far? Any of the mods?
Negative.
No?
I don't. Hell no. Do you know why? Because they took all my money. So I can't argue with that.
A lot of votes for you, Ryan. You know, TOC champ.
So I had a conversation with another angler earlier. It's crazy how like having one big win or, you know, like kind of the spotlight on something registers in people's minds like, oh, they've been winning all year. Hell no. Like I've lost all year. Like, you know, you have a couple good tournaments and that's what people remember. They don't remember the 14 where you got your teeth kicked in. I mean, that's a lot of this game. And the names that you see at the top of this list were the ones that were able to not get their teeth kicked in as much as anybody else. That's why they're sitting here.
Right.
And I'm just going to say, Clifton Allen, I love you, but Jackson, do not listen to him. Stay humble. Don't be like the Allen brothers. I'm sorry. Just don't. He told him to stop being humble. Don't do that mess.
I think he was talking to Cruz. All right, where are we at? We're on to number 4. Number 4, this could spark a little conversation because this fellow was at the center of some convos earlier in the year. Number 4, consistent all year long, Ron Champion.
Ron.
Any comments from the gallery? Here's the deal. Ron can catch them. He catches them, you know, every year without fail. And everyone knows he was at the center of the bent board controversy down on Lake Fork. Caused a lot of rule changes. But bottom line is, he caught them all year, enough to be ranked in the top 5. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think consistency is what matters. There's a lot of people, like Ryan was just saying, they win one tournament but don't win anything else. And then there's a large group of guys that are actually consistent year to year. So I think it's fair. I wouldn't put him above Jackson though, but the math is the math.
Yeah, the math is the math. Todd Patrick said no way. Like I said, when I put all the names in, I got all the spreadsheets from all the different events and put those together. There were well over 1,000 names, many more than that in just results from each tournament. And once that I got sorted down and I hit, you know, compute and the final numbers went into the formula, boom, these numbers popped up and these were the names. Some of them shocked me, some of them didn't. But overall, it passed the eye test.
I mean, Ron had some good finishes and Ron finished well at the TOC, you know, and which is arguably one of the more competitive, you know, as far as qualifying and then performing against the top, you know, qualifying anglers. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's a question mark because you hear a lot of argument, you know, if it were anybody else that had been in that flex gate dilemma or entanglement, whatever you want to call it, would the outcome have been the same? And I think that's where you see, if you look at the comments now, you know, that's where you see a lot of doubt cast. So I don't know. I mean, that's going to be kind of an asterisk, I think.
Here's I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You're good.
My opinion on this whole FlexGate crap is that it wasn't against any rule. Okay, there was no rule there, and I can guarantee you, everybody at some point has done something, either squeeze the fish real hard to get that extra quarter inch or whatever to get a little bit more out of the board. Period. So everybody's done something that's not against the rule to get an extra quarter inch or maybe a half an inch or whatever you got to do. The fact of the matter is that the rules changed now, and then the flex boards are not allowed anymore. So it is what it is.
Here,
as Clifton said when he was on last week, that the hog trough shouldn't be used anywhere, especially regionally or nationally. We should just stop using it. Period. anywhere that there's a
agreed, and we saw that from the board cutting incident. You know, when you have a board that's that easy to modify or manipulate in any sense, that was, you know, that's clue enough. But I just, when the whole thing came out, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't expect to see, you know, that person at the center of some controversy. You know, that's somebody that I was very close with and let stay in my own home. I didn't expect to see that, you know, coming down the pipe. So I think that knocked a lot of people back. I can't speak for the world, but I know, you know, a lot of us that are pretty tight had a similar kind of shock to that. So, you know, congrats to staying consistent, because, you know, you can't say, I'll say this, you can't say that it was because of flexing the board that gave him, you know, success in all these tournaments, because that was early on and the rules changed. He adapted to the rule change and continued to catch fish. So for that, you got to get it done.
I'm going to reply to, before we get to the top three, I'm going to reply to Todd Patrick. He threw a comment in there. He said, no way this is possible. He did decent in one series. And I would argue by saying the numbers don't lie. The math doesn't lie. And a lot of folks voted for earlier when they were guessing the top five did decent in one series. And they did decent in one small region of one series where they were beating 30 to 40 anglers per tournament. So you can't really judge it off of that.
And to say that you did decent in one series rose to the top of everything this year by far, you know, head and shoulders above everything. And that happened to be the series that he chose to pursue. And one of his biggest finishes was in Texas, which is, hell, I don't know, 16 hours from his house. So, you know, he wasn't sitting in his backyard cherry picking stuff. Like, this was him chasing these tournaments on the road and getting finishes when it mattered. So
I think that event was also capitalized. Go ahead, Kate.
I was going to say, and on top of all of that, you know, everybody can say what they want to. Whoever knows them the best, whoever's friends with them, that's fine. Like everybody's already said, stuff happens. It becomes a rule, whatever. But it's super easy to be a keyboard cowboy. A lot of people love to say, oh, they know exactly what happened. You don't know what happened. You weren't there. I'm not going to go and guess at what happened in that situation. I mean, I'm married to a giant, literally. Then boards? Not necessarily. But, I mean, it could happen. That's something that could be a thing that happens. And I'm not going to go judging somebody off of one incident when clearly they've got a track record of success.
I feel like Ryan could bend a catchboard.
If someone
he could, dude. When I met him, I was like, oh shit. Like, I mean, there's some big people in the world. There are, like, Clifton and John are tall and lanky, but Ryan is like a freaking Sasquatch. Like, he's a big ass dude. Like, if you're going down the top 5 list of people you don't want to get punched in the face by, he's probably in the top 5, I would say.
Except he's also very nice, so he wouldn't do that to you.
I don't care. Like, that's the ones you got to worry about, because it's the nice ones that have all that pin-up rage. Like, they're the ones that are going to let loose on you. Don't do it.
Here's a fun fact about Ryan. He actually used to be a bouncer, so that should say a lot.
See,
big hoop earrings too.
All right. So now, hey, we've solved that Flexgate again. We beat that to death. So let's get into the top 3. What do you say? The real top 3.
Do it.
Oh, somebody's screaming back there about it. I don't know who that is.
I have like 100 kids. They're all
okay.
here.
All right, number 3. The Riverman himself, Wild Waters, Drew Gregory. Can't argue with that, can you?
No, he put up some numbers this year across the board in several tournaments.
And Drew is one of the only, I don't want to call them television anglers because there's not that many of them, but big time, I guess, TV/YouTube/ whatever anglers that actually can catch them in a competitive scene. Him, Greg Blanchard, a handful of other guys, but Drew backs up what he tries to put out there on the social media world.
I think when we saw all, kayak bass fishing evolved, 5 or 6 years ago, when you had just a couple personalities that were kind of prevalent, obviously One was Hoover with KBF. One was Jim Salmons, who does a lot of offshore stuff, and the other one was Drew Gregory. When you talk about guys that can actually back it up on the tournament trail, that's where I will give my respect. Like if you're fishing a stocked pond or some trophy lake, for YouTube, that's great. Pat yourself on the back. But if you're going to go out and really put on a show on, kind of on a level playing field with the people that you're selling to, that's where you earn respect, I think. And yeah, I mean, just like Iaconelli coming out fishing these kayak tournaments, which I think you'll see him fish a lot more too. But people that are, that are willing to be about it instead of just talk about it, I think that's good.
That's what it's all about, putting your money where your mouth is.
Hey, I'm going to throw this comment up here real quick before we get to the final two. You see this, Ryan?
I just read it.
Adam's looking out for you. He said last week he appreciated the enthusiasm, but that's not a longevity play.
No, I've scaled back. If you see this little, whatever the vodka mule is that you make, Adam, I've shifted gears here. I'm ignoring any John Allen.
Adam, we're
not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good
time. And that's what's in my cup. I'm just saying.
All right. Top two, final two coming up.
Boom.
These top three were all in a battle on several series, especially these top two. Could have gone either way. But the number 2 angler in this year's power rankings is Jody Queen. Hammer.
Nice.
Can't argue with that.
Monster.
I actually got to fish behind Jody Queen at the Dardanelle Bass Open Series event. It led to a 2-fish day for me.
I refused to fish behind him in the TOC for that particular reason. Literally switched ramps, went 5 more miles up the road just so I didn't have to follow Jody Queen. Chase, I'm sure you can tell us some Jody Queen stories, as I feel like he's taken some of your lunch money.
Not only is Jody probably one of the best anglers in the country, he's one of the best dudes all around. I love being on the water with that guy. I really do. And on the local trail, we used to just go back and forth and beat the crap out of each other, every event. It was just always a slugfest with him. But I mean, that's what makes it fun. I mean, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I think he's one of them.
Oh, Cruz got a special guest. Who you got there?
Write that down.
Cruz?
Oh.
That's my little dude. He's
wired
right now.
You follow Cruz on Facebook. There's some adventures he posts with that little dude. He's wild.
He's got 3 scars in the face already. He's not even 2 yet.
Yeah.
All right. So number 1, I don't think anybody's going to be shocked by number 1. It's already in the comments. People guessing. No surprise. Russ Snyder.
Only one left, man. The Hammer.
Can't argue with that. Russ won everywhere, literally, this year, didn't he?
I was going to say, why isn't we need to make like a Thor Hammer actual award for this category in particular? I'm just saying it should be a thing.
I don't have
domination.
I don't have KBBT money. I can't be sending out awards all over the country.
We'll make him a shirt.
All right. So here's the deal.
Have you emailed every kayak shop in the country, Jeff? You may be able to seek sponsorship.
I was going to say we're looking for sponsors. We need somebody who can make an actual Thor Hammer award. I don't want any junk. I want real stuff.
Let's go plastic so it's shipping cheaper. It'll just look metal.
No.
There
Let's go metal. I want something that'll really hurt someone.
All right.
I want something Ford.
We could call it the KBN Angler of the Year / Ryan Lambert Spot Holder Award. You can use that out on the water.
I need a bazooka for that. I don't want a Thor hammer.
Well,
but seriously, anybody that does any metal work out there, if you can make us a Thor hammer, a machinist perhaps,
that'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
We got some comments flying in. People talking about TOC win should have Lambert in there. Clifton Allen's taking up for you, Ryan.
Nah, and I appreciate that. And I I've had conversations and I hear people's logic, but again, like you can't bank on 2 or 3 decent tournaments to win it. And Jeff, I don't know your formula, your computer formula at all, but I'm sure it has some sort of weighted sway to it, but you can't put 75% onto one tournament. And I don't think if I make the top 25 every year, I'm more than happy because I am a joke. So if I can land in the top 25 every year, then I have tricked all of you.
Speaking of that, let me throw that up. I've got the whole top 25 graphic here for you for your viewing pleasure.
Uh-oh.
Boom. And Mr. Lambert, you come in at number 18.
All right, then.
Number
All right.
18.
Life goal accomplished.
Jordan Marshall, 20th. Okay.
Yeah, Jeremy Mitchell in there, the All-American winner. Kurt Smith, former national champ. You're going to see some notable names not on that list. Matt Conant won the national championship, but basically just fished in the Northeast. Talent-wise, dude's a hammer. Same with Derek Brundle up there. But when you go events, the Hobie events, outside of just the local KBN regional trail events, there wasn't enough to get him up on this list. There were a few that just missed the top 25. Jay Wallen, Garrett Morgan. I think I wrote some of them down, but just outside on points. Jim Orr, Jackson's dad, just barely missed top 25. Josh Stewart's been on there before. He just missed it. Jeff Isham, somebody mentioned him earlier. He was just missed it. A lot of good anglers that easily could be in there. And like I said, there were well over 1,000 names on this thing to begin with. So, just to be in consideration, you must have been consistent all year. So congrats to everybody.
And I was
going to say, Brian
Howman,
representing Texas proud.
I would like to see a dollar amount of money spent of the top 25 of expenses on the road fishing these tournaments, just to give people an idea of what it takes to get to that point. Like, this is not just, I've got a Saturday free, so I'm gonna run down the street. I mean, I would venture to say that the top 25 alone probably have a $12,000 to $15,000 average, expenses per year on this.
Yeah, I remember when we put this out last year.
That would be bad. It would be discouraging for people to understand that number.
It would. I mean, for sure it would. But when we talk about taking this to a professional level, and if you want to see who is investing in growing this, it's the people that are really putting in. I'm not saying it's a dollar amount. I'm not saying you can write a check for 10 grand and that's going to get you there. But I'm saying the people that put in the travel miles, that work with these, municipalities, that are doing the promotions, that are working with these, industry professionals, that's what's growing the sport. It's those names on that list that are out there spending the money, that are drawing in the competition. I mean, that's what's going to get us there is that list for sure.
Yeah. And we got some comments coming in about the rankings and some people that didn't quite make it on there. And like I said, there's plenty of folks that are as talented as anybody that just didn't fish these events that were considered for the top 25. So I think we went over that last year. A lot of people were wanting Russell Johnson on there last year.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome angler, very well deserving, just didn't get to travel as much and make some of these events with other people. So,
and that's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not based on your talent. I think the KFL, KBB, some of those guys did a ranking earlier this year. They asked me and a few other folks to chime in on that. And it was a opinion based. Everybody just submitted their top 25 and then our top 50 and they came up with it. And that's another way to do it as well. But this isn't that. This is just punching the numbers and then see what happens. And I think it did a pretty fair job once again.
I don't think you could. I mean, the top 10 you just posted, I don't think you can argue with anybody. Clifton, if you want to argue with it, you got the link. Come on.
Yeah, I thought Clifton. I thought this may be the time for him, but he didn't.
I don't know, man. I'm really surprised you didn't step up, brother. Where are you at? Come on, get on there.
Yeah,
come on.
Show.
I think Clifton said he needs someone to explain how Christine isn't on there. Jeff,
She is on there.
Christine is on there. 12.
Where did you want her to be, Clifton, in your heart?
Oh, back up there, Clifton, number 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you think?
So let us know, Clifton, what you think.
I was going to say,
my boy baiting him in. I see you.
Yeah.
Clickbait.
She's a 12.
And that's just it. This is part of the whole lady angler thing. just because you think she should be on the top 10 doesn't mean she should be on the top 10. And she wouldn't want to be there unless she earned it. That's the whole point in this whole we want to play with the boys thing. We want to earn our spots. We want to earn your respect. We don't want to get it just because, assets or whatever.
Let me tell you this. If we put up a poll and asked everybody to vote for top 10 anglers, I bet she'd make it based purely on the fact that she can catch them. So
Absolutely.
wouldn't argue with that one bit. And I think you could do that with anybody probably in the top 30. If you could make an argument for them being a top 10 talent-wise angler. So, like I said, it's just how it shook out this year. I think Clifton said, is this like the BCS? Not really. The BCS was kind of a mix of opinions and numbers. This was just numbers, no opinions.
Numbers are good.
Lots of opinions in the comments, though. So.
Yeah, that's all right. And no, I'm not revealing the secret sauce or the formula. I'm not having people go check my work. If you want to rank something, go figure it out.
Oh, Clifton says she's better than the last three for sure.
The last three? What?
There's a good question. Does a 2-day BOS has the same or more weight than a 1-day BASS in the formula?
Should it?
I don't know Jeff's formula, but honestly, I think a 2-day tournament should have more weight than any 1-day tournament ever.
I agree.
Field size is considered. 2 versus 1 day is considered. So, yeah. I'll throw the numbers back up there again so people can see that once again. So, the last three, Cody Milton, Jay Carson, Matt Scotch, saying that she should replace them. Well, I don't know. Those guys had a good year, too.
All right. Well, that's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, good times. Always a good conversation. The graphic, I think, was set to automatically share on the fan page. So, I'm sure that'll get shared around and spark some arguments, too.
Only fans or
have fun with it. Don't argue about it. Just have fun with it. Good stuff.
Hey, and if you don't see your name where you wanted to this year, you've always got next year. So put that on the to-do list. I plan to finish nowhere in the top 25. So if you see my name up there again, then I have exceeded expectations one more time.
And there are only 2 anglers, if I figured that up right, that have been ranked every year that I've done this. Or 3 anglers. I think it's Cody, Scotch, and Matt Ball.
I can see that. And if you talk about consistency, those and I think next year we'll be saying you'll see Russ Snyder's, Jody Queen back on there again for sure.
And I'll say this about some of the folks on the West Coast and in the Northeast. COVID did play a part, and we made some jokes about that, but there were a lot of travel restrictions where people couldn't leave without being quarantined for 14 days before they came back. Folks from Canada, Rich Offner didn't get to come down as much.
Percy's still stuck in Canada. He still can leave. Borders are still closed.
Rich, they couldn't come down. So I know that affected things too, where people may have traveled more. But it is what it is. This is what we have to.
Rumor has it the Canadian border is going to be closed until September next year. So
really,
that sucks.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be not until 2022 that we've got all the players on the field, just being realistic.
What do you think? So before we close out, what do you guys think the landscape of all this is going to look like by 2022, since you brought that up, Katie?
I think a lot more stuff is going to be virtual than in person, or at least a hybrid of the two, which is actually really nice for people who have to travel really far to be able to, kind of be there in the vehicle as you're driving home.
What do you think, Chase?
Part of me, the fun of tournament fishing is hanging with your boys. So if it goes all virtual, I'm not coming to Tennessee.
Oh, I don't want all virtual. No.
Well,
sir.
Listen, any tournament that I'm at will not be without social interaction.
I'm gonna say
bring the laws or not.
The official tournaments may not have weigh-ins, but there'll still be underground gatherings.
Yeah, that's on you. Yeah. Show up.
That's right. It's going to happen. 2021 is going to be better. I got a feeling it's going to be better as the spring approaches.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
The new administration wants to come in like heroes, so they're going to come in and make everything better, like with a magic wand in the spring.
Can we get a new administration at KBN?
I don't know. I don't think anybody wants the job, right?
I know they don't.
I can't bear to administrate as it is anymore.
We're the losing candidates.
Yeah. Good times. Hey, We've been on here a long time. It was a lot of fun tonight. A lot of people said it'd be hard to top last week's show, but I think we did a pretty good job tonight.
Came close. And I appreciate everybody for coming on and participating. Chase, I love your shirt. Katie, thank you for everything that you do for us, through every broadcast. It's awesome. Cruz, keep them streets clean, son. And Jeff, glad to be here with you.
What'd you have, Cruz, before we went?
Well, I think we need to make Katie a moderator. That's my vote.
I don't know if Katie wants to be a moderator.
Oh, I'll accept that responsibility.
There you go. Done.
All right.
What would my vote for least favorite?
All right.
Katie replaces Chase as moderator.
Yes. Bye.
Hey, maybe it's whoever didn't show up tonight get replaced. What do you think?
I think Chase is trying to leave. I thought Chase was turning his screen off. I was like, he's legit leaving right now.
Whoever didn't show up tonight gets replaced. Maybe.
Oh, man.
But Jordan, Shane, we appreciate you guys, even though you're not here. The moderators.
Jordan, I hope you get over your sickness. Shane, I hope you get out of the booty club. All right.
I was going to say, we're pouring one on the curb for you guys.
Yeah. Hey, when we figure out who won that outdoorsman coffee, I know that Mark Springer had 4 out of the 5, so he's one of the winners for sure.
Yep.
I'll go back and double check the other ones were, and we'll get with the outdoorsman people. OCC. Go over and get you some of that rocket fuel. Nothing else from anybody. We'll wrap this thing up, man. We'll be back next week. We trying to have Addison on next week, Ryan? Who are we having on next week?
Addison's a possibility. We're gonna check his timeline, but Addison Johnson, if you don't know him, he's a country singer / kayak angler. Sole proprietor of the Lunch Money Lambert theme song, which my daughter loves. We're gonna have him on. He's got a new album coming out, so we're gonna have him kind of tell his story, where he came from, how he got to where he's at now, and then I'm gonna beg you guys to go pre-order his album. So get ready for that.
There we go. All right, everybody. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Get you some Western sun, but be responsible. We gone.